Hello, welcome to Family Movie Night, where we'll be talking about what we watch for Family Movie Night. I'm Mike, and today I am talking about Newsies, not the 1992 movie, but Newsies, the Broadway musical. It's the 2017 recording of the stage performance of Newsies in Hollywood. So, filmed live on stage at the Pantages Theaters in Hollywood, California. This not to be missed high energy show starred the original Broadway cast members. The premise of the movie, I guess. Well, let's just go with the premise of the Broadway show. Let's see. All right, the musical Newsies centers around a strike led by young newspaper boys in 1899 New York City. When publishing tycoons raise prices, Jack Kelly, the charismatic leader of a band of newsies, rallies his peers to form a union and fight for better conditions. The story is based on the real life newsboy strike of 1899. Now, I love the original Newsies. There was something magical about the original Newsies that I really enjoyed. I did not know Christian Bale could sing and dance as well as he could until I saw that one. Yeah, overall, just Newsies is just one of those show or movies that is cemented into my childhood as one that is just really great. Now, right off the bat, the main reason why we watch this is because my daughter is performing in a camp where she is going to be doing a production of Newsies Junior. So this one is, going to be very exciting and one that I know for me, I'm going to be very interesting to see what they could come up with. But the thing that they had to do for auditions, man, it's a high energy, high, like a lot of things going on when it comes to dance just for the audition. So I was excited to see that. Now, I was excited to see the Broadway musical of this to see what are the differences that they made to this. And I think a number of the differences that they made actually work. So, for example, they changed a bunch of the music around just so that they can just make everything kind of flow a little bit better for the story that is in the Broadway musical. Now, Santa Fe isn't as like huge of a deal. It feels as opposed to the actual movie. And Jack is no longer a cowboy. He's just like just a regular newspaper boy. So that's fun. But right off the bat, the first difference that I was not a huge fan of was that Denton, just the newspaper reporter that the newspaper reporter that is in the original, he's not in this. And again, not the end of the world, because I was just curious to see what they were going to do with this. But they replaced him with a character, a brand new character. Her name is Catherine. She's played by Kara Lindsay, and her performance was just fantastic. However, there's something about her performance and just her character, not her performance, her character that kind of bothered me a little bit. And the first thing is, I don't know, I think Denton just found a way just to relate a little bit better to all of these boys. And let's see. Okay. So there's that. With Denton, he's somebody who he comes from, he's worked his way up. He bails, like he provides money for the causes. He provides like sage wisdom, so he's somebody who can kind of go toe to toe with Hearst and Pulitzer, so that the boys could actually have some type of like chance against these bigwigs. But so it didn't really bother me too much that Denton was replaced with Catherine until there's a twist that happens maybe about two-thirds of the way through the musical, involving Catherine, that I did not like at all. I think that is just causing manufactured drama, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel organic. It doesn't make any sense. You could see it coming up from a mile away as soon as she said something in the first act. But hey, whatever. And the second thing is that there's a much bigger emphasis on her as a love interest for Jack as opposed to what Sarah was, which is David and Les's sister. I think something like that would have been much better, or just cut the love story in general because it didn't need it. I actually didn't remember that there was a love story in this involving Jack until I kind of read up on it because I was like, I don't remember that at all. So there's that. I do like that they gave Crutchy a moment in the refuge. I really like that as opposed to having Jack go visit him. I'm not a huge fan of the fact that the first act ends with a, kind of toned down version of Santa Fe. I think if you could have ended it with Seize the Day, I think that would have been, oh, that just would have been amazing if they would have done something like that. So, but yeah. So those nitpicks aside, I thought the singing was fantastic. The dancing is phenomenal. All of these guys know how to dance really, really well. The King of New York sequence, what was nice about that is that they turned it into a tap number, and man, that was awesome. Seize the Day was great when they were dancing on the papers, so that was cool. I really like that. Just high energy, going all the way. So I like this, but also I'm going to remain loyal to the original 1992 version as well. So Newsies, the Broadway musical is a recommend, even if I didn't like some of the changes, but I can't deny that the music was great, the performances were great, and the dancing for sure is just absolutely incredible. That's going to do it for this episode of Family Movie Night. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our website at com. Follow us on Letterboxd at MLHT2452 and follow our list labeled Family Movie Night. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you have any marketing, logo, or brain standard needs, contact them at HiFlyerCreative.com. Check out the other shows on our network. We've got a lot of incredible content on the network that I'm really proud of, not just for me, but for the other members of the crew. So check out the other shows on the network. And finally, if you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.